All right. Well, I looked at the sketchbook. So I'm really bad at dating sketchbooks. So I looked at the sketchbook as much as I could, and I couldn't find a date. And some things make it lean towards a certain time, and some things make it lean towards a different time. I want to say this is act before Christmas, but a few things make me think it might have been after. But I feel pretty solid in saying this was the last sketchbook before I went on winter break. But I put it as a 2021 just in case I was wrong. Let's see. Oh wait, you know what? This was the winter. Was this winter break? I'm sorry. I should stop talking about it. It doesn't matter. But no, this is hi. Hello, welcome, Fanti and Triangulum. Now that it's all coming back to me. This is the sketchbook right after Christmas break. Hey, Samsy, welcome. So this was January, I think, because I think the sketchbook was about a month old. Okay, so I played the game Transistor. So I have a bunch of Transistor art, and especially for a Transistor AU I had at the time, which I really liked. Always wanted to do some digital art of this one. I really liked how this picture came out, but I never got around to it. I had a swap AU I was really passionate about for a little while, so there's some art for that. I don't know, I just think the characters in it are really pretty and fun to draw. That's a Hilda redesign that my twin drew, and I really liked it, so I decided to do some. Hey, Signy! Welcome to the stream. I'm half an hour late, but that's because I started to take a nap, and then I was like, wait a minute. Oh, I needed the lyrics for something while I was working on it. Oh, here's some more Hilda. Oh, thank you. So some more of that Hilda redesign. I also kind of like how that page came out. Some of them I would change, but I wanted it to look kind of like ballet. This is at least the ballet sign for death, and then this is like the ballet sign for like come dance with me, kind of is what I was kind of going with. This is just enjoy that. That's just these are like some creepy, not necessarily creepy, but also creepy angel designs I drew. I'd like to do them a bit more, especially this one over here. Oh, thank you, Samsy. I really like how this guy looks with his like mouth on the back and then the big eye in the middle. I really like that one. But I haven't done anything with it since I drew it. And then that was going to be another one, but I didn't like where it was going. So I just didn't finish it. Oh, that's just a little doodle. Bunch of notes for art history. Couple blank pages. I usually try not to have any like blank pages, but sometimes you just gotta move on. Oh, this is some more transistor art. I had been taking requests, so that's where they came from. This is for my Mars rover character, Curiosity. Then one of the requests was for like a self-insert in the Transistor video game, so that's kind of like me as a self-insert is the idea. Let's see, I was doing welding at the time, so these are some notes on welding. This was for a little while I was thinking about making this a welding project, but it actually ended up becoming this cool vessel idea for a story, so it's just like this cool spaceship design. This is another welding idea I did. He didn't really come out, but I did attempt to do him. I'd show you the end result, which isn't that good, but it's currently at my school, and I'm not really allowed to go back to my school right now to gather my art stuff. More transistor art, just some fun stuff. I have this comic that every now and then I'll come back to on my Tumblr. I like leave it for months on end and then I'll do a couple pages. So this is just a page for that. And then another page because they go in duos. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of better lighting. Yeah, that's a bit better. More transistor art. Um, this is my idea for like a human Tom Nook from Animal Crossing with Timmy and Tommy. So I think Tom Nook's just a cool dude, and I like him, and that's that on that. This is some more design for the spaceship, so kind of going into how it would work out actually. That's from Breath of the Wild. That's a horse. Some doodles for Hollow Knight. Hey, human. A human hornet from Hollow Knight design. Let's see, we got Zelda stuff. Revek from Hollow Knight. Zelda, I like Zelda. These are some of my OCs. They're ghost hunters, and so some of them can see ghosts and some of them can't. And this is a ask I got on my Tumblr of if some of them switch spots. So some doodles of Marion that didn't really turn out because he doesn't really look like that. Some panic doodles. This is a comic I did for Linebeck from Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass, but it was really event comic. So it was just kind of a short thing I did because I needed to get some emotions out. Some, like, just some writings and concepts and stuff, some thumbnails and that kind of thing. Another thing of the Hilda with the cool hairdo. Some colored pencil stuff for that little dragony guy. That's Kyle and Odin from my story, Way to Go, Paul. Odin is a ghost and will like... Oh, thank you. I like inventing staffs. Remind me sometime and I can show you guys. I have a bunch of like magic staff designs I made once. Like a ton. Like way too many. But Odin can like possess Kyle like side by side or whatever. And so this is Odin getting pushed away out of Kyle. This is a little mushroom dude I drew on a whim, kind of. That's Eldon from my story. I really like Rover, and that's what my character in New Leaf looks like. You can't get that exact hairdo in Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I'm really hoping that they'll let you, because I love that exact hairdo. But that's like what my character in New Horizons looks like. That's technically a human design for Rover I have, because I just think, I think he would play the piano or whatever. I think Rover and KK, there's some potential there. More of Animal Crossing stuff. That's, again, like the human Tom Nook with one of his little boys. I miss Rover so much. He better come back. And I'm actually really hopeful that they have some kind of gimmick with him, but I hope it's not just like a seasonal thing. I'm worried that they'll bring Rover back for like, oh, it's summer, so here's a little event and he's in town for like a week. And I'm like, no, I want like something I can set up or somewhere I can go where I'm guaranteed to see Rover, because I love him and I'm so sad. When I first played Animal Crossing for like the first time, way back when I was playing City Folk, oh, thank you. When I was playing City Folk, I was just like, Rover's the best, and you have like a little phone in that game that you can use to call him, and I used to like just use the phone to talk to him for a second, even though it was just like a pre-recorded message, you know. These are some character designs, more character designs. I like that face particularly. Oh, look, this is when I was having a bad day, so that came out. Sorry for all the swear words. It was pretty early into the semester, and so just like a lot of stuff was getting to me because it was a lot. This is my hey Septic Nebula art. It's so awesome to see you. Welcome to the stream. This is a personal art manifesto I did. If you want, sometime I can post it. It's not like personal or anything, but it's just about like your philosophy on art or something. Some more designs that I kind of really like. These are some more designs for a metal fabrication, for the metal fabrication piece. I ended up going with this, but it doesn't look like that, dudes. Trust me. Progression of the character as she like grows up. A bunch of notes. Looks like this is art history. Thinking about the gate thing I did in a painting, which is again like, I don't really like how the painting came out, but it's currently also at school, so can't get back to that anytime soon. Just some doodles. Oh, sorry. Stayed up later than I intended to last night. This is it's kind of complicated, but it's like a hornet design from Hollow Knight, but like the what are they called? The troop, the Grim Troop, but like Grim Troop-ized. I actually really like it. Yeah, foxes. I heckin' love foxes. I have my one story idea and character of Little Red Wolf Slayer has a fox companion, so I love drawing foxes. Thank you so much, Septic. So here's some more stuff in that vein. Just because I really liked the design. The design is partially designed by my twin, so I can't take all the credit. I was thinking about so do you guys know the song Interlude 4? Interlude IV. It's used in a lot of Steven Universe animatics right now because the same guy who plays Steven sings in it, and it's like a really edgy song. So this is some concept art for a in which like Impa or whatever and Keaton, the Happy Mask Salesman, who I always had canon is Sheikah, in which they have to go and like kill either the last so, like I want to say it's the hero or whatever, so that he'll be born at the right time, if that makes any sense. So it's like a really grim thing. But these are some designs I did. I also had a comic I've wanted to do with both of them, so these are also designs that could be used in that comic. So he doesn't really dress like a Sheikah anymore because he's left them, and she does. Just some drawings. Trying to get, I can never quite get that head, face, tilted up thing. I really like the hair and the posture in this one, actually. It's supposed to be oh, thank you. Thank you, Wild Wolf. It's supposed to be a reference to, in Macbeth. There's Lady Macbeth, I believe. I'd have to double check, but she has, like, the whole thing about this little hand. And I was in, like, this production of Macbeth back in 6th grade where it was basically making fun of the story. And I played Lady Macbeth, and so I had, like, this whole little monologue where it's like, I can't believe you ruined me talking. I was just so excited to say the part where I say little hand, and I had this little gesture I would do with the hand, and that's what I said. And so, exactly, the whole chin disappears. But, like, you can't, it's not like, it's like you shouldn't draw it too blocky, but... yeah, anyway, so that's that stuff. This is the rest of my manifesto. A bird. Just some stuff. Don't really know what that is, but it looks cool. I think it's based on something Katie's drawn. Probably. BRBRW. Oh, I probably set this out on the... I was like, I don't do live streams that often. This wouldn't have been for a live stream. I was probably... had left a ton of stuff out in the studios, and I was just letting people know that I wasn't being lazy, that I would clean it up. So this is more designs I did. None of that turned out, so that was all a failure. This is the picture I used as a reference for the painting I did. It's way in my... again, I can't really show you it right now because it's all the way at school, and that's just how it is. What is this? Oh, I was trying to figure out years, because years can be hard to keep track of. A character design. Another character design. I like a sea creature. like ones where their hair is like weeds or something, or where their hair is tentacles. This is actually a character. Yeah, I love him. This is actually a character that will be used in the second book of Way to Go, Paul. He is just this cute siren that's accidentally away from like his colony, and Kyle helps him out. And he's just really cute, and I love his design. I love them too, Septic. Oh, this is something about it just having conversations with artists and stuff. This is some resketches of a bunch of things I did for there used to be, well, it still is around, but there's this app series called Lifeline where you basically talk to how like it's supposed to emulate talking to someone in real life who's going through this thing. So it's kind of like a choose your own adventure, except you're like, so it's this guy who's like, I'm like, the first one is kind of like, I'm lost on a moon. I'm an astronaut. Should I go left or right? And you say, you should go left. And then you have to wait like 5 hours or whatever. Lifeline. And then you have to wait like 7 hours or whatever, because that's in theory how long he's actually taking to walk that distance. And then he'll be like, I found something. And I really loved it back in middle school and beginning of high school. They always said they were going to make more, but they kind of dropped off, which is sad because one of the characters, the end of his storyline, ends really intense. But yeah, it took a little bit of skill, kind of. But these are some. I drew a bunch of things for the different endings, and so for the different stories. And so I just resketched them because I felt like it. It is really cool. I really loved it. I'm really sad that they didn't finish it. It sounds like they bit off a... Yeah, you do. I don't blame you for not wanting to. If you like, I'm very cheap with my money when it comes to apps. If I have to buy an app, I'm like, is it really worth it? Do I really want to play this game? And the answer is almost always no. But yeah, it was really fun, and I think they bit off more than they could chew. It sounds like they wanted to make it this whole production, and it just kind of flopped, which I'm kind of okay with because they kind of were making it something I wasn't interested in. These are casual designs for some of my rover characters. This one's supposed to be the Spirit Rover, and this one's supposed to be the Opportunity Rover. They're twins. And I actually had fun because I don't usually draw outfits like this, so they're kind of different outfit ideas too. This is more for a request night. That's technically Marvin and Jackaboy, I think. Two of the Jacksepticeye egos. But I just like this picture in general. I think it's a nice picture. This is a human Lopunny, like a human male Lopunny design, and I really like that one too. This is something about those ghost hunter characters where it's like them each in a different style. A chicken character that someone wanted me to draw. I'm really into, I think I mentioned this last time, but I'm really into cowboys in any sense. So this one's cowboys that ride giant snakes, and this is a design for one of those. That might have been the first time I drew the cowboy snake idea. Aw, thank you. I just wanted to draw a cute cat, and that's all there is to say about that. Just wanted to draw a chubby Zelda, and then I got kind of lazy with the clothes because I didn't really want to cover up her little chubs. Oop. And then a smiling Zelda. Oh, because I was going to do something with now I'm like, that's a really weird smiling Zelda. I was going to do something with the Paramore song Fake Happy because I think it really fits Zelda in Breath of the Wild. I don't know, I think that's a cool hairdo. So I just kind of drew that. More mermaid guys. This also has to do with the song Fake Happy by Paramore, with the main character of the story I'm working on. Way to go, Paul. His name is Kyle. And so this is like with the idea of pretending to be happy, but like internally you're sad. I don't know who that is, but he's cool looking. Oh, wait. This is some designs for characters in a D&D campaign I did like one thing of. So that's who that is. Okay. These are some snake studies. Snakes look kind of funny. But I was trying to get a better... Obviously, I'd need to do more because not a lot of this translates to when I draw snakes, so I need to do more studies of snakes so I can draw them better when I'm actually drawing them. That's the same hairdo. This is a character from the first episode in the Penumbra podcast, who when she started talking, I just had such a vivid idea of what she looked like, and I just had to draw it. And I really like how she came out. I also really like that face. So this is when I first started listening to the Penumbra podcast. So these are just quick designs of some of the characters and stuff. That's just a cool hand. Oh, yeah, D&D's super fun, but it's a lot of work. And I was DMing, and I want to get back to it, but it's so hard to get everything together and stuff. This is a redraw of a picture of Rover I drew a while ago, just because I like this, I don't know, I just have this concept. I drew it when I was having a rough day, back in high school. Thank you. I try to be really fluid with my stuff. And just like, I think I could redraw this again, even though it's only been a few months, even better. But just like this sentiment of just chilling and Mondays. This is a quick resketch of a drawing that I still want to do. I like it's this character it's Eldon. His name's Eldon, and he misses the love of his life who's dead. And so there's this whole, like, with the coffin figure behind him, and then like this thing going on, and there would just be empty space here, and then you could see the heart through the hole. This is one of my characters, Leander, but in AU where he's a Pokemon Ranger, because I just love Pokemon Rangers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my stream should, I usually let my streams just, like, they kind of, like, automatically archive themselves or whatever. So it should just go up there. I also have a art Tumblr and an Instagram if you are interested in following those, because I also post my art all the time over there. I also have another video that I'm really close to being done. I have probably 4 to 5 drawings left, and then I just have to take pictures of everything and put them together. So that's probably going to be up in the next day or two. It's for another Steam Powered Giraffe song. So I'm sorry if you don't like those, but it's just what I'm vibing with. I'm most active on my Tumblr account, but I'm not active on my Instagram. I post on my Instagram. Like, whenever I post on Tumblr, I post on my Instagram too. I just don't usually scroll Instagram for funsies. I mostly just post on it. So this is dealing with that snake boy concept of like, how does the saddle go on? How does the bridle go on? Like, people looking badass with their head in a snake jaw and that kind of thing. Little snakes, kissing snakes, loving snakes. Let's see. And then I had a bunch of ideas for, like, a painting where somebody is, like, cuddled up around a snake and the snake's, like, wrapped around their whole body around them. I still kind of would like to do a couple of these. But this one of them I pursued, and you'll see that in a bit. These are 2 of my characters, Eldon and Tiberius, and they are both very in love with each other. Because it's the same character, Eldon, if you heard me mention him earlier. He finally learns to move on and falls in love with this guy. Big snake with a small person. Just some quick, like, sketchy doodles. More stuff. I don't know, cute. That was a request. Oh, yeah, okay, so I did a couple requests. That sounds about right. That's why these are... Okay, it's all coming together now. It's all coming back. That's a dump. That looks like Sid the Sloth. Am I the only one who thinks that? I drew that and I was like, that looks like Sid the Sloth from Ice Age. Ideas, like, how would a bridle work on if it's what's the word I'm thinking of? Cobra? Like, where it has, like, yeah, anyway. And then I was thinking, what if, so you know how, like, a stingray flaps, like, the sides and flies? What if there was, like, a giant cobra that flaps, like, its little cobra thing and flies through the air? Anyway, that's a dumb thought I had. More snake studies. There are some snakes that have like kind of horns-ish. So these are like some different snake ideas. And just playing around with that. That was some transistor art that didn't go anywhere. That's some ugly art that we're just going to move on from. Oh, this is a character. It's technically, in a way, it's a human Grovyle, if you've ever played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. But like, not human, I guess tiefling. It's a tiefling character that was going to be in my D&D campaign. That didn't go anywhere. But I really like this design, and I'm happy with how it came out. Trying to get some different poses and stuff going on, and I was probably in the middle of a class or something and wanted just to do some quick sketches. I do not like how that came out at all. But I think I was thinking of like corrupted versions of things. So like that's a corrupted version of a different design I have, and I was trying to figure out a corrupted version of this design, but it's very robotic, so it's hard to like, I have a hard time with breaking apart that kind of stuff. Welcome to the stream, Luna. We're pretty decently into a sketchbook tour. Probably isn't going to be much longer, because I've kind of just been cruising through it. To-do lists, stuff about geology. Oh, so this is, then I drew this out, which is based on that, when I was drawing those, people with the snakes. And then I drew this, so, like, I did this thumbnail, then I did a refined sketch, then I did like drawing of it, and then I actually watercolor painted this. I don't have it on me right now because it's again at my college, but I think it's posted on my Instagram and on my Tumblr. But it turned out pretty good. I'm some parts of it I'm not too happy with, but I'm also not happy with it. So. That's more of that tiefling guy. I think I'd go with green for him. I'm not super sure. And then that's Sidian, who is this character who you're meant to think is like really nice, but is actually evil. So I wanted to get a good design of somebody who looks nice, but like I could change the design to look evil. So like. He gets like, he'll take off his eye patch and it's like all nasty, and when he yells, his mouth, because he has those scratches on it, and it usually they just look like a normal scratch, like if he were to open his mouth, it would just look like that. But when he's like the evil guy, like they like split open, so like when he opens his mouth, they like go like that, if that makes any sense. Anyway. So I also really like that design. Sketches. I don't even know what those are. Oh, that was more of the fake happy. I was really, really popping out to pair more. A snake. This is another. I told you I love cowboys. So this is for that Cloud Boy idea, if any of you guys remember it, where cowboys are like in charge of taking care of the horses that are the clouds, and it's like in a post-apocalypse, and so just like those two characters, those are two of the main characters, and I just really like them. I think they're cool. And then some just designs for a little badge. And then this is some world building for that story. It's called Cumulus. The story's called Cumulus. So some world building for that. And then one of my characters from a different story used to be a shepherd, so he's like really offended by the story. Oop! Almost dropped my phone. I was trying to get this. What? I don't even remember what my pose reference was. This was from a reference though, and I just couldn't make the pose work for me. I was really sad. I was really hoping to get a good pose out of that, but I just couldn't make the pose work for me. Oh look, there's some gnarly looking city inn. That's Chara from Undertale. I have a paladin tiefling, but don't know anything about D&D, and I just picked classes at random. Like you picked paladin at random, or you picked tiefling isn't a class. Tiefling's a race. Like, what do you need to know? What do you need help with? This is an idea for a human Rouge the Bat, if you guys know Sonic. I don't know. I had fun with it. This is an alternate costume design I was playing with, but I like this one more. She has like little back tattoos, but like also this is like, you know, firm, so like it still shows like that. Oh, thank you so much, Evie May. Like it still has like a sexy boob window, but it's also like secure enough that her boobs aren't flying out. Oh Lord, it just got dark in here. I don't know if you guys can tell that. Let's see, more of that design. Then I was doing a design, just like a quick funsy design of Silver the Hedgehog. I don't really like how it came out, but just like having fun trying to figure out what I would do. This is like a quick doodle for a concept of a painting. There's this song from Transistor called The Spine, so I wanted to do something with like somebody who's like chopped open and then their spine just keeps going. But I didn't really like I still like the idea, but I didn't end up going anywhere with it other than this initial sketch. Some cat people, because there are cat people in D&D. And then I wanted to do, I never went anywhere with it, but I wanted to do some stuff. Like a backstory of like Paladin Tiefling or something. There's so much you could do with that. Paladins are like, I don't know. Paladins are like fighters that fight for a holy god or something like that, right? I think. So I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with the fact that they're a tiefling, so they have like all this like stuff related to like being scorned by the gods, kind of. And so you could do a lot with being scorned by the gods and then deciding to follow a different god or something, or what would make you a tiefling that wants to? I mean, in general, and you don't know, even necessarily have to play with the fact of the race. A lot of people just come up with ideas on independent from that. So like, you know, maybe he wants to like you know, avenge his family or something. Someone with oh yeah, I know, right? Magic is where it's at, boy. These are some little designs of like, so I had this picture idea in my head of like little jellyfishy person and like a person with a lantern. So I did a bunch of designs, not a bunch of, but like a good amount of designs for like this creature. And then I ended up liking a lot of them. So I wanted to do, I didn't end up doing it, but I wanted to do I was thinking about doing a series of paintings where each person has like a different design or something. So like maybe they're like a deep sea creature or like something they like need to go home or something. And so each of them ends up finding a different person, and I was coming up with ideas of like the positions of these people, like the lamp carrier, the border protector, the water bearer, the old fisherman, and that kind of idea. And like each of them gets matched with one. So like here's the old fisherman, and one of them kind of like sketched out real quick. And that's like a kind of, I forgot about that idea actually until I just looked here. So I kind of still vibe with it. I don't know. I had this very distinct idea of a picture for this one where it shows her like fighting someone and there's blood spraying, but like in one arm she has like the little jellyfish guy or something because she's protecting the jellyfish guy because the jellyfish guys are like really important or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, there it is. That's the gist of the idea. So here's a couple more. Sorry, I didn't know that I had a couple more of these in here. So like the kind of similar to that other one, but instead he's more expressive and is like loves the light or something. Then here's one with the border protector with one of them. So, and then I had a lot of ideas like what if the light lamp carrier, light bearer or whatever, was sitting down and she wanted to play with it, or what if she got distracted. Thanks. I really want to, now that I'm looking at these, I forgot how much I was in love with the idea of like this series of pictures for these. I forgot how much I loved that idea. A couple sketches, couple more sketches, doodling, thumbnail ideas, trying to figure out a couple different things. Some pictures from photos. So, like, just photos from my phone of my family and stuff. And older Prince Rallis from Legend of Zelda design. I was just redrawing because I've drawn it a lot. I just really love Rallis. I think he's a cutie. I wish he was in more Zelda games. And a couple Zeldas. Looks like that's Skyward Sword. And then this is a Hornet from Hollow Knight human design, done by my friend named, whose, handle is Munia. And she does some really awesome designs, so I can help it to use her designs, or at least take some inspiration from her designs. I can't remember exactly. These were some of my own little designs for Little Ghost, the main character in Hollow Knight. The Knight, whatever you call him. I always called him Little Ghost. So these are some of my own little designs. Some stuff. Rita, Bitch of Livin', for one of my characters named Marion. I don't know, I was just listening to that song, and it's so sassy, and I think it would fit him really well. I don't remember what this is. It looks like it was meant to be funny. Then, like, some quick concepts for, like, a young and an older Hollow Knight from Hollow Knight. I'd love to do a little... There's this meme called, animation meme. What is it? You and Me. Therefore, You and Me. And I think it could fit really well with Hollow Knight. More Little Ghost stuff. I forgot about these drawings. That's the Hollow Knight again. And when he looks back and sees Little Ghost on the edge. I don't remember who that is. Oh, thanks! I'd love to draw armor better, but I'm happy that I do it at least passably. Armor can get really complicated, and then I'm always like, I don't got time for that. Let's see, that was some shopping lists. Some characters from Way to Go, Paul. In Way to Go, Paul, the story is from the main character Kyle's perspective, but I, like, really, really love the character Marion, so every time I, like, write it, he's always like, ooh, and then Marion's big muscles, and I'm like, you're making it sound like he's super in love with him, which, I mean, maybe he is, I don't know. I'm still getting things together. As a ghost, Odin's appearance changes, and so this is what he looked like when he was dying, and so he'll go between them sometimes. Characters. Oh, I gotta tell you guys about this. So this is a dream I had, that I thought would make a really great story if I ever got around to it. But basically, this mother has her son, and the son keeps being afraid of a certain kind of stuffed animal. Like, I think it was like a blue bunny. And so when they'd go to stores, he would always check and see if there were any blue bunnies. And he'd be like, because if there's a blue bunny, then I know that, like, and he wouldn't feel safe until he knew there were no blue bunnies. And it turned out that there was a demon that was talking to him that way. And then one day he comes downstairs, the mom comes downstairs, and her son, and she can tell it's not her son, it's the demon is possessing him. And so she ends up going and making a deal with him, so that she, instead the demon is, like, bonded to or bound to her or something. And then there was this whole thing about, like, the mother was on the run because it's illegal to make pacts with demons. And then her and a couple other people get caught by this police car, and it's the middle of the night, and they're up on the top of this hill, and the policeman comes out to arrest them, who's been, like, chasing them down for, like, the entire time. And in the light of the headlights, they can see that with the shadow you can tell who is bound to a demon, and they can see that he's bound to a demon, and somehow the guy didn't know he was bound to a demon. Anyway, it was just really cool. Here's some more stuff. I filled this one up with circles for some reason. I just thought it looked cool, so I did a bunch of, like, circles. I don't know. I've had honestly I think it's mostly stress, but I've had some really vivid, like crazy dreams lately with like really intricate plots. Um so I'm pretty sure it's stress because they're almost always stressful for me. But they've been really intense. Last night I had this whole one about a person who can see the future and stuff. And it involved getting to get hit by a car, and then the car comes back and ran over me very slowly. I would love to. I mean, obviously, I'm very passionate about it because I talked about it for like 12 hours. Um, Doodles. Um, ooh, sexy. Um, Marion, I just love that character. More Penumbra podcast doodles. Little cute doodles. Person doodles. And that does it for the sketchbook. So that's the sketchbook. Thank you guys for coming out. I hope this was fun for at least a little bit. This made pretty good timing because I think if my twin isn't home yet, she's gonna be home soon, and I'm gonna go to Walmart with her. Yay! If we can get in. Yay! So thanks for coming. Stay safe, stay healthy, continue to social distance if you can. And oh look, that's the copy of it I made. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.